What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to my channel. My name is Nelly. If this is your first time here, you're absolutely welcome. As you know, or you might not know, I'm currently in Dominican Republic for vacation. This is day 3. After being here for 3 days, I think it's only fair that I tell you what I think about the country or my experience so far in the country. The very first thing that I've noticed after being in this country for 3 days is the people are hospitable. Like, guys, in summary, I would say they have understood the assignment. You know how, of course, this country is known for tourism, right? People travel north, south, east, and west to come here for tourism. And so the people have understood that if you receive these tourists well, they will definitely come again and it will make more money for their country. So guys, they are so friendly, they are so hospitable. Like, with the way they are warm and welcoming, it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're at home. And of course, next time you want to have any vacation, you will definitely come back to this country. Of course, you might tell me, maybe it's where you're living, it's the hotel. But guys, even when we went outside of the hotel location for a walk, passerbys, just random people, if you ask for help, they'll definitely want to help you. And yeah, guys, like, they just say hi to you. They are really warm. They are really very welcoming. Like, I really feel at home, honestly. Like I said, they have understood the assignment. They've understood that tourism is what they are selling, and they've decided to sell tourism really well. And it just makes me so happy. The second thing that I've noticed is that the weather is great. Like, guys, we have like 28 degrees, but then it's not scorching hot. Like, your back is not baking, your head is not hurting, like, you don't feel so hot. You just know that the temperature is really high, but it's not really unbearable. So I find that really interesting, because even in Canada or in Japan, when it's hot, it's very humid. Like, even in Cameroon, honestly, when it's hot, when it's hot, it's humid. But in this case, I find that it's hot, but it's not humid. I don't know if it's because of the time of the year, because this is December. I don't know. Maybe if we come back later in the year, then we'll see that it's hot and humid. But for now, I've experienced that although the temperatures are really high, it's not really humid. It's not scorching hot. It's not unbearably hot. So I find that pretty interesting. Number 3 is the food. Guys, I used to hear people come to the Dominican Republic, and when they return, you ask them, how was it? They're like, the food is good, or the food was good. And then I'm like, in my mind, though, of course, I don't voice it out. I'll always be like, is that the only thing that was interesting about your trip to the Dominican Republic? But guys, I am them, they are me, we are together. Like, if you ask me my highlight for this trip, guys, I'll tell you it's the food. Guys, the food is delicious. Of course, I'm sure you've seen from the vlogs that I've posted so far that we've had a lot to eat. And guys, every food has always been delicious. Like, every meal that we've eaten has always been delicious. There's never been a meal that was better than the other. Every meal is always better than the previous meal. Like, guys, and it's always a lot of food. Like, these people are stuffing us with food. The way I'm eating, I've never eaten that way in my life. I am eating so much. Of course, they themselves say when you're on vacation, you have to eat much stuff. By the time you go back home, you put on so much weight. But guys, the food is so good. That's the summary. Forget about my eating habits and all of that. But the food is so delicious. Like, the food is really, really good. The next thing that I've noticed is the water. Guys, salty tap water. Never have I heard about it, never have I seen it anywhere except in the Dominican Republic. Like, I know that for sure you cannot go to any new country and you're drinking the water from the tap. And so I wasn't even attempting to drink the water. But guys, the first time I took a bath here, I was washing my face. And of course, you know how you're washing, right? Some goes to your lip. And then I was like, huh? Salty water? And then I went online and I checked. And apparently, that's the case everywhere. Like, the water here is salty. So far with the water, I haven't experienced any dryness on my skin or anything, but it's pretty interesting. The next thing that has really surprised me is the no paper flushing rule. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but it's just to say that they don't want you to flush paper down the toilet. And guys, it's strange. I think, yeah, guys, that's it. So the no paper flushing rule has really surprised me because, like, I don't know. And apparently, it's common for some other countries. Like, I heard someone say in Mexico is also the case, and I think I read somewhere else as well. I'm not too sure. But yeah, some countries have that rule. But guys, for me, it's pretty new. I don't know, maybe if I was living here by now I would have been used to this rule, but for me I find it like really strange. I find it like a really difficult rule to follow. Like I don't know how it works, but if you're living in Dominican Republic, if you visited or if you've actually visited one of the countries that this is practiced, please tell me how it works. Tell me how comfortable you are to do this, because for me, I'm still trying to completely understand how this works. So yeah, I'd love to know how you find it and how you're settling into this system. Okay guys, the next thing that has surprised me, or the next thing that I found pretty interesting, is the tipping. Guys, yeah, tipping is really allowed. I mean, it's not like in Japan where tipping is not a thing. Yeah, tipping is actually a thing. So you should be very careful when people offer you services. Like for instance, when we came in at the airport, some people offered to carry our bags and all of that. Of course, those people are not doing those things for free, right? They're doing those things that eventually you tip them, you give them some money. So yeah, tipping is actually a thing here. So you should be mindful of that. Don't just let people go around with you, or don't let people offer services for you thinking that, oh, those things are free. No, eventually you will have to pay. So just be mindful of that. Another surprising thing for me is how similar this place is to my country, Cameroon. Like for instance, I see people on bikes, I see bike drivers driving in between cars, I see potholes on the street. Something that I see here reminds me of Cameroon, so it's very much interesting. Lastly guys, one thing that I found that I find interesting is how they how they use dollars here. Like guys, you touch a bag and then they're like $25, and guys, this is not 25 Canadian dollars, this is 25 US dollars. You can imagine when you convert that to Canadian dollars. Of course, I work in Canada, right? I earn Canadian dollars, so I'm just like, wow, how come they call this amount so freely, like so casually? The other day at the beach, a lady offered to give me a massage for $35. Convert that to Canadian dollars. I was like, huh. Of course, I understand that for sure they know that we are tourists, right? And so they feel that, well, to us, when they call those kind of amounts, it doesn't really mean that much, so we'll easily pay it. But guys, I'm just like, wow, the way these people casually call dollars. Like, I can imagine going to Cameroon and then I want to buy something and then people are just casually calling euros, like they're like 30 euros, 40 euros. I'll just be like, huh? It means the standard of living here is way higher than in Europe, because like if you're going to be calling those figures like that, it means one cannot really live here. But yeah guys, that's what I find really interesting, like the way they just throw the amounts in dollars, throw figures in dollars at will. Like I find that really interesting. But guys, overall the stay has been great so far. We are here on a vacation and we are actually vacationing, guys. There's really nothing to complain about. Like everything is moving on smoothly. If you have any questions for me, please do not hesitate to leave it in the comment section. If you want me to shed more light on something, if you want me to give you more input, or to give you more ideas, or to tell you things that you can do to prepare you for your future trip here, please don't hesitate to do that, and I will definitely make a video like that for you. Thank you so much for staying tuned with me. See you in my next video. Goodbye.